Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your chestnut fairy and I'm super happy that you're here again with me. I lied to you and said that I will post weekly. I didn't because I kind of forgot about it. Sometimes just life goes in your way, and also university started, and then there were a few celebrations and parties, and whenever I wanted to film it was late and I don't have any lighting. So it was kind of a struggle to film an intro and outro, and here am I 3 weeks later and finally I am doing it. Today we will finally see a cosplay video because, as I said, I'm a cosplayer. You can see it on my Instagram, and I visit the dokomi yearly, I think since 6 years or so. It has been a long time and a long progress, and also the Japan Day is coming, or Nihon Day, which is a celebration in the bigger city next to me, and there are a lot of cosplayers, so I need to get a few cosplays done for that. This time I will make a Wig video. Do you know the game Harvest Moon? It is a small Nintendo series where you are a farmer and you will see a few characters, and one of the returning characters is the Harvest Goddess. She is very bubbly and kinda important character in this game series because she is sometimes the main character, or more likely the main reason why the game is happening. As example, one time she was turned into stone and you had to help her. Another time she tried to rekindle a relationship between two villages, so she is kinda a very important face in the series. She also has a catchphrase. I don't know how it is in English, but in German she says toodaloo, and yeah, she is kind of cool, and this is why I cosplay her. Also, she has one of the most recognizing features of the game series. The other people are very cute, and I would like to cosplay a few, but they are not as seen, and if you go on a dokomi you need a cosplay that is standing out a bit because I like the attention. So let's begin with the video and I will see you at the end. Okay, I am trying this wig on, and honestly I've never seen a wig with such massive not ponytail, with such massive bangs, because they are so long. They are going to my chin and I can't see anything, and I have always to pull it back, and it looks and it's very messy, but this will be the base, and it's good that it has and this is good. And it is good that it has a little bit more length so I can cut it better. However, it is still a mess right now. And honestly, I like this color. Look like a Powerpuff Girl. Yeah, so I will cut this wig and probably will shorten it a bit to make it look more like I can put 2 buns in here on the sides. And I think then we will go to the side part. So I just put my wig on the wig head, which is just a normal one out of styrofoam, but I will give you a quick warning because this thing is a jump scare. I kinda put makeup on it. With makeup because I was an artist child and I really wanted to try it out. So you will see a very, very horrible face always on this head, but that is not the point. So you will give your wig a very nice brush and just look where the hair is, what the problems of the wig are. In my case, it has very less hair in the back, and you can see the trim and lace of the wig cap, so this is kind of problematic. However, you can, and I will fix it, so this won't be a problem. After brushing it out, you will part your hair. In my case, I parted it in front. This will be the fringe section, but I will do them later. And normally just use a rubber band or a hair tie. I didn't have any one and I didn't want to get up. Don't judge me for that. And I just used some ribbon, and after that I used the brush and again brushed the 2 other sections. I wanted to make it look like she had 2 pigtails. However, it isn't completely capable of doing it. In this case, the wig has very short hair in the lower section, so I can put it up, and also it isn't a lace wig, so it won't look good and it isn't realistic. However, I just parted the upper hair, and it took a few tries to get it correct, but when you
finally get it, I just used some hairspray, hair gel to fix it and then tie it up. And in this case, it took, as I said, a few tries. Just go again with brushing and then spraying some hairspray and using some gel, and then you will finally have your little ponytail on the side. I also left some hair in the back because if I would use it, it wouldn't look good, because then you will see a lot of the wig lace and this wouldn't be very nice to see. Also, if you wonder why I am doing this to this hair and this poor wig, I need to get a little bit more volume, so I just tease the hair a little bit, so you will get a bit more volume than before. This is very good when you have cheap wigs and it looks like you will be a bit bald on one side or anything, or want to give it just a little bit more of a realistic touch, as you say. Okay, this wig is green, so it won't be realistic, but I just want to make it look like she put her hair in 2 buns. And even though I will use some hair extensions to make them, it needs to be a very good base wig, and then you can add the rest of the wig. Anyways, I finally finished one side, and with a little bit of magic I then got the other side to work as well. And it took me around half an hour to get them both correct, and just use some hairspray to fix everything again, use some hair gel so it won't move. Now let's try to make the fringe section look good. The problem was that this cosplay was, I think, Hatsune Miku, and she has a kind of different hairstyle, so I needed to make it work, and I used some hair on the sides that will be hiding the lace from the lace cap, and then I will glue it just down with hot glue. I think hot glue is the solution to everything for a beginner cosplayer, so I still use it in my wigs and it is easy. So it is an easy fix. I just will put it in with glue, and then I leave some hair on the sides that will be kind of a longer fringe section, like curtain bangs as example, and then I will cut the main thing. Here I did a very big mistake. I cut it way too short. Normally you will leave some more space so you can style it. However, I just thought, I don't need it, and then made a very big mistake. So I brushed everything out, and then again I teased the hair so the hair would be a little bit more upwards instead of downwards, and also get some volume in. In this case, this was kind of a mistake because she already has so many hair in the front. I don't know why. I wasn't sure in the beginning if this was the right side, or maybe the back side was the front side, but I looked and I did in fact use the right side. I just think it is because this wig is intended to be a Hatsune Miku wig, and a lot of people even thought that when I shared some photos, but I don't do Hatsune Miku. We don't Hatsune Miku in this house. I am very big stan of other Vocaloids, but not Hatsune Miku. Even though she has very amazing, interesting and inspiring songs, even critical songs, I just don't think she is my favorite, and I just normally cosplay my favorites or most interesting characters, and also Hatsune Miku is seen everywhere when you go to a convention. So I think I will also be confused when I go to the dokomi, and we will see how it will go. And back to the wig, because I forgot. As you see, I kind of got frustrated in the front, so I went in to go to the back, and the thing was, it was way too long in the neck section, so I decided to cut it and give it a short trim, make it look like her hair was just underneath my real hairline when it ends. So I tried that, and then glued down, pinned down the side parts. As I explained, I intended this wig to be put up in 2 pigtails, and I then realized that the back part was way too short. So I need to make some improvements, and you need to be just improvising every time and try everything. So after I cut the back section, I then went in for the bangs. And as I said, I made a very, very big mistake. I kinda effed up everything in the front section because I had cut the hair way too short, and I then later could fix it. However, normally just leave a bit more hair and heat it and style it, and then you can cut it, because it will be way more easier than the thing I did. I could fix it, however, it wasn't as good as I planned, so it was kind of a struggle. And as I said, there was also a lot of hair, so I kinda forgot to do this right. As you see, I also realized this, so I just went in again and then glued down everything I could glue down and secure, so I don't need to look at the front. I was very concerned how this wig would turn out. I normally don't have that complicated wig. The most complicated wig was, I think, Arataki Ito's wig, because Arataki Ito has a lot of volume and also a lot of hair that is going upwards, so this was kind of the struggle in this case. But normally I am not struggling as much as I did in this wig, because it just was a bit more complicated of a structure. Anyways, as I said, used hot glue and then cut the longest hair from the ponytails and then just glued everything together so it would be sealed. And then I started to glue down the back side so it would look more like I put every piece of hair into this two side ponytails. And as you see, you can see the lace underneath the wig, so I will later fix that as well. For that, and this is one of my favorite tips, use the rest of the hair. So whenever you cut a wig, keep the excess hair, and you can make some extensions for parts where you messed up, or when you need to just make another few hair strands for another cosplay, or even for doll hair. I think a lot of cosplayers are also interested in doll making and customizing dolls. You can use just the cosplay hair. And as you see, I make some fake extensions by putting on some hot glue, pressing it down, and then you have a few chunky but working extensions, and then just again use hot glue, glue it down in the hairline, and you will see that it kind of looks like this was in the wig before, and I didn't just created them as a cosplayer. You see, this looks like a very good extension, and especially because I used hot glue, you can't see it as much as the flashy nude lace from the real wig. After this, I once again returned to the fringe section and finally was encouraged enough to just fix this mess I created. Please be very attentionless when you cut your bangs and when you style it, because now I have to fix this. In my case, I used a hair dryer and hairspray, and I brushed the hair upwards, used some heat, and also turned the head upside down and then used the heat. So the hair, because it is a synthetic wig, will be going upwards because it will hold its structure. I also teased it before that and then went on with it. As you see, this just was way easier than pulling everything down. I just laid it there and you see this very creepy face. I am so sorry for that. Anyways, I used hairspray, as I said, and a few rounds with the blow dryer just made it stand up there. Now the wig looks like a member of the Sesame Street. However, I just brushed everything out once again and then used my hair straightener and started to form the hair as you would style curtain bangs. Just take a hair strand and then curl the iron as you go on the hair, and then it will start to look like kind of a wave. Then once again I tease the hair, brush it out, tease the hair, brush it out. It's just a whole procedure, and finally you just get a volume and position you want, and then you can go on and straighten it again, curl it again, use heat again. It is a process, it takes time, but you will get a more realistic, or most to the character realistic wig. I then again use leftover hair and put a lot of glue in it. I am not sure what I used, or I kind of forgot, but it is there to create a fake hairline, and the hair just looks not like I put glue in, but it gives the hair a bit more structure. And then I let both hair strands dry, and later we'll put them in. In the hair afterwards, I once again used my hair straightener, curled the hair a little bit, used heat, and then I think the wig was ready to have the hairline in. I think I forgot to film it, so you just will see the front section when this video is finished.
It's late right now, it is very dark outside, and I am finally done with the centerpiece, and now I need to do the ponytails. Maybe, well, one ponytail and 2 buns. I already started to make one bun and it looks okay. I need to pin it down and glue it down. On the other side, I cut hair off. I chopped off the hair, and I will use it to make her other bun and use the rest for the braids, the ponytail. No, not. I will use it as a braid, and I think that is the plan. Right now I don't have any plans, so it's just very improvising, and I hope that a lot of glue will help with this project. And I also will put glue down. I will also glue down a few flowers, and I guess that's all for today. Let's see if I can finish this project overnight. And yeah, this is kind of a lot of hair, and I have hair everywhere in my room, and I am too afraid to use the Stabsauger. I don't know the blow thing. I don't know. So yeah, it is late. We don't do that in Germany. Yeah, so I will do the hair, and then I will have a try-on thing, and then I will hope it looks okay. And I'm very excited because this is a very stressful week, but I need to get my projects done. I mean, there are only a few weeks until the next dokomi is, and normally I have the problem that I am very late with the dokomi things. I am a very lazy cosplayer, and I mostly do my cosplays overnight, and this is not the best solution. So believe me, prep your cosplays right now, because it will be a struggle at night.
I once again apologize for this weird and uncut video. I just was very tired at this point, and I didn't want to do anything more than just go to sleep, but I tried to make this week work, and you will see that this was all a day project. So I made this week in under 24 hours, and I was very tired at this point. I then used a lot of glue, and as you saw, I just cut off a lot of hair. I just glued it down onto this wig claw sections, and I finished one side, and then I started to do the other side. The problem was, in this case, she has one braid that goes downwards her whole body, and I wasn't sure how to put it in because it is so long and heavy. It was unbelievable, and I just tried to push it in a little bit, and it didn't work. I didn't film that, cut this braid off and then glued it on again, but it was kind of a process, and I just used a few strands. I just glued everything down, secured it down, and then glued on the flowers that I made myself with EVA foam. You see them in the background right now, and those were made weeks ago, I think months ago even, because I was bored at this point and thought maybe I will do the harvest goddess, and if not, I have very cute flowers. And so yeah, I already did them, and this was also a very good idea to hide some of the ugly hair strands I created, because there were so many of them, and also I kind of had hair everywhere in my room at this point. Everything was blue and I wasn't sure if I glued down anything or not, but finally the wig was standing and I could put in the last flowers and arrange them and then glue them down. And then it was time to just put it on and then look how it will look on me.
So the wig is done. I kind of forgot how to show you how she looks in the end because I changed a little bit at her. I cut up the braid and put it on the other side. I will try to film how it will look on me, but the base part is done, and if I want to change it a little bit, I will show it in the next video. Anyways, I hope you still like this video. It was kind of a mess to make this project. I think I should have get a better base. There were a few good products on Amazon and a few wig places, but I thought this would be long enough so I hadn't to spend too much money on 2 wigs, because this is also a very good plan if you try to make a very long and heavy wig. Buy more wigs because it is necessary anyways, but I didn't want to spend that much money, and this is why we are here, and this beautiful lady is finally done. So as you see, she's in all her glory, and here she is. I forgot to put in the flower, you don't see that. So here she is in all her glory. I think she looks good for my first very complicated wig. The other ones were kind of easy, and I'm not the best wig stylist. I think you can see that she's the harvest goddess, and yeah. So I hope you like this video. Maybe you want to give me a like, a follow, or a comment what I should in the next video. It will be another cosplay or sewing vlog, or I don't know what happens next on this channel. It is always a riddle. So see you next time. Go on my Instagram, the Chestnut Fairy, or visit me on TikTok. I am not posting very regularly. However, you sometimes see very cool shorts and reels, and also a few posts and updates on the cosplays that are much easier to follow through than just me sitting here and showing you once or 3 weeks that I'm doing something. So if you want to see how my other cosplays are going, I'm just hinting that I will do a Sophie Hatter cosplay, so House Moving Castle. Follow me there, and see you next time. Toodaloo, as the harvest goddess would say. See you next time. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay magical. Your Chestnut Fairy. See you soon.